Do we need storage?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live February 8th, 2024, coming at you from the 2LaneLIVE headquarters in Canoga Park, California. I might have already said that part. This episode is brought to you by EagleRider Motorcycle Rentals and Tours. Don't forget to check out 2LaneLIVE.com under the EagleRider tab to see how you can book a trip and save some money while you're at it. This episode is also brought to you by Law Tigers Motorcycle Injury Attorneys. Look at that hat. That's my man right there.
Boom.
Before we get into it, we just want to give a quick moment of silence for a diehard fan named Joe Stuper. He supported the channel avidly for quite some years. Rode up here from 2 hours away. Just a great dude, an enthusiast. And here's some info on his memorial service. November 28th. That's his life. Sunday, February 18th at 11 a.m. San Dimas Canyon Park. Joe was just a hell of a dude.
Yeah, I mean, he was a bigger than life personality. He prided himself on some birds that he had, that he took pictures with people, and he was a fan from, I think, day one. Rolled up here to the shop like month 3, and he'd been on a trek. And we were notified by some friends that he had recently passed away, and we just want to pay our respects to him. So we're going to do that right now with 30 seconds of silence. God bless you, Joe. Rest in peace. Elsie?
Yes. He was a good dude. Hey.
Yeah, he was at our grand opening, and he brought a duffel bag full of these die-cast cars that are all Harley stuff, and a couple bottles of liquor and a bottle of wine for the wives, and so we're sad to see that guy moving on, but
hey, talk to your friends.
Happens. Talk to your friends.
Talk to your friends, talk to your families, because you don't know what people are going through in life. They might need a little bit of help. So,
yep.
Hey, so what's up? You know what? We've been riding these cool bikes. We have great videos that we're dropping, and we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey showed up from Laidlaw's yesterday and had a couple gentlemen with him, and we probably spent 3 hours just chopping it up yesterday, and we'll get this gentleman on one of our lives, and he was just named one of the top 100 people in Time magazine.
Yeah, top 100 most influential people.
Yeah.
Was it Time or Life?
Time.
So Chuck, we're going to get him on here, and
yeah, he's an interesting dude. He was fun to talk to. He's I guess he's family now.
He's definitely family.
So yeah, they sent us a picture today of him, and it's, what was it? It was the first Indian they've seen on a Harley.
Yeah, he's got a headdress on with the big horns.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty cool. So
he's got some stories.
He's got some stories, and he's also, part of the indigenous movement, and making sure that there's awareness out there for tribes and reservations and all the Native Americans and that are out there. They represent. So I can't wait to get him on. He knows Lorna and the group that we've had on before. So that's pretty damn cool.
I mean, since we've started the show, here we are back. It's just the two of us. We're going to have a great guest next week. We have a lot of really cool guests lined up. It's just getting better all the time, but we've met a lot of people that are doers in the community, doers in life. They help people. They've enlightened us. We've enlightened them. We've learned a lot of stuff with these lives. Really a good time. This is like our fun room here.
Well, I think we did this yesterday, and if you go into our channel and just click on lives and look at the number of lives that we have, with the diverse group of people that we have. I mean, we've got female riders, we've got storytellers, we've got race drivers, we've got Harley Drew that just did a huge event. We're going to put a story up tomorrow on his event that he did to help a bunch of 200, 300 inner city kids, and something that we want to thank you as well out there, because we, at our grand opening, as you know, we did a raffle and we had great prizes from all of our partners. We raised $3,000 to give to him to help these events. And it was fun to see that, you know, as we're down there and all the kids that were there and the enjoyment the kids were having going station to station.
It was definitely cool. Definitely a cool thing to be involved in, you know. So there's a lot of good stuff like that we're doing. We're having fun, and, you know, hey, so if you haven't seen our drop that we dropped yesterday, it's pretty fun. We had a good time. We rode from Las Vegas over Pahrump through Death Valley into Beatty. There's another episode dropping, but we rode the new platform. Josh was on a street glide. We all
Sorry, you were going out of focus for a second. But yeah.
We had a street glide 2024 green, Alpine green to be exact. We had a Whiskey Fire road glide, and we had the CVO ST white road glide. I guess it's called
Pearl white,
golden white
pearl.
And we all switched around. We rode around, but not only did we have a good time on the bikes, and we can share some information on that as we go through this, but we had fun riding. The scenery was amazing. These storms passed, they cleared. Badwater Basin was full of water. I mean, we were kind of, you know, little kids running through the valley there, laughing in our helmets and throwing rocks.
Well, we ate salt, that's for sure.
We were throwing a lot of rocks at each other, you know, as we rode.
Yes, I understand. I had marbles, you had rocks.
Yes.
But just a little background on that. So we had done our first ride of the year was really out to the Petrified Forest, and we dropped that first drop.
Right.
And then the request was like, hey, can you be out here and pick up some bikes and film? And so we've kind of set those aside for a minute. So what do we have? 3 or 4 of those left, Josh?
Yeah, I think we only dropped one of them, right?
Right.
So yeah, we got 3 of them left, and then we have a little bonus kind of behind the scenes piece of content we might drop after that.
You know, I love it. We're so busy with the store and travel and all the stuff that we're doing that we're sitting there here and we don't even know which drop we dropped and how many of them we did and how many are left. That's why we have a whiteboard with all our stuff on it, so we know what's up.
But we thought we'd get the, you know, kind of strike while the iron's hot with this platform. We've not been on the standard street glide or road glide, and had not been on the CVO ST either.
Right.
And so we thought we'd jump at the opportunity and create some content. So we're going to slide the Petrified out just a little bit, but you've got to watch next week as well, because we're day 2, we're coming home. We'll probably do a little review, may or may not. And then when we get back to the Petrified, you really only saw the first day of where it was cold as hell. Why are you laughing?
I mean, everything you're saying is great, but I just, for some reason, when you slide the Petrified out, my mind was.
These people have a problem with, they have a fetish
picturing what I'm seeing?
Poop.
Slide the Petrified out.
No, they do. They have, these guys have a problem. The Corey family in particular has a problem with poop.
But anyway, go ahead.
That's just an inside
So when you're
joke.
done with the log,
well, when you have a hard log that's been there for years, it's sure nice when it slides out.
That's beautiful.
Jeez. And he's not even on whiskey.
Oh man.
Yeah, we got a few
So
things
let's
going.
keep talking about sliding your log out. What? Don't hit the table.
Anyway, so
Hit your cabeza.
back to the great platform we were on.
I'm just saying, like, no, I'm saying you've got to watch the rest of those drops. We only did day 1, which was, it got 22 degrees. We stopped in Seligman, but there's some cool stuff we're going to show you. We've got an interview with a Winslow Harvey House lady. Beautiful. We show you the meteor crater. We take you out to the Petrified Forest where there's dumps of logs everywhere. And then we roll our way back through the San Francisco peaks.
Love
We're at
those.
Williams,
Yeah.
you know, so there's a lot of really good footage that you're going to see over the next few weeks as well.
And it's great when we're doing that. We go on these trips. The adventure never ends. We're always finding some new stuff to share. I dig it. But what was your feeling when you got on that ST?
Too late.
ST, CVO ST, white pearl.
So honestly, I want that bike. That is probably the best bike I've ever ridden from a Harley-Davidson. I mean, I like kind of the old stuff, right, as well. I haven't been on like a Pan or any of that, but I like your son's, the Dyna. I think that's one of my favorite bikes ever. But this bike really grabbed a hold of me. It's lighter. It's got track mode. It's got sport mode. We were in kind of highway. Josh and I were doing a little just test. I don't want to say we were cracking the throttle, but I happened to be, I think, in rain mode or something. And then I'm like, well, let's try that again. And I put it in sport and it was just, I was gone. And track mode was insane. And then Josh hopped on the bike. You jumped into a couple things.
The track mode was pretty wild because like when we rode the Pan Ams, that was our first experience on that kind of mode platform on a Harley. And when you go from like road is super reasonable for touring. It's not meant to be overly powerful or sensitive, but when you're just long stretches, it's great. And then sport, very noticeable. But after that, I don't think there was another mode on the Pan. On the Road Glide CVO ST, the difference between sport and track felt more significant than the difference between road and sport. And it just went. I mean, it was a rocket.
Well, even on that Whiskey Red, I mean, it's like if you're in sixth gear and you're going down the highway and you're going 90 miles an hour, then you come into a corner where you're going to go into a little canyon, you just hit the sport mode, and then you have all this torque, and it pretty great machines to ride. I had a blast on them.
Well, we'll come back to that 117, but I mean, you think about this CVO ST, and they've lightened it even more than the regular CVO and the standard. And so it's got liquid cooled heads. The thing is lighter. It's more nimble. It's got reservoirs on the rear. It's got adjustability on the front. It's got carbon fiber fenders. It's got these race modes that you can get into. I think there's 2 additional modes that you can add for your own riding. Yeah, and different from the Pan when there was just kind of that dirt, highway. I think they said Kyle Wyman's mapping from his race bike is actually the track mode, is
Right.
what I've heard. So
Yeah.
yeah, you jump on that thing and it's pretty exciting. Ride's great. The bars were changed. They're more like a T-bar setup like we're used to. So very good riding position. The fairing is wonderful. The only thing I would change a couple things. I would probably go to our T-bar setup. I'd change the foot controls a little bit. I'm going to have to add something for the wife if I end up getting one of these things so that she can actually ride. It's really meant for more performance, where the CVO is kind of meant for more of that touring. But this thing can tour. There's no reason it can't.
It'd be a great touring bike because you could have all the power you need, all the fun and agility you need, but you can load it up with the rack and everything and tour.
I would like a windshield.
I mean, yes.
You switched and rode it the second day. And what do you think about it?
I think everything you said is great and true. And I had so much fun riding that bike, and the power. When you need power, it's there. You twist the throttle, you are gone. So to me, that's important, especially being an aggressive. When you want to be aggressive more than defensive, you want to be aggressive defensive. You want to be away from cars and trucks, and that has the ability to get you away from those situations. But when you're traveling, you will want to switch the windshield.
And I would just say this, because I saw another person that is on YouTube had posted some stuff, and people were commenting about people on YouTube. I mean, we use YouTube as our platform. It's our way to show you our stories. Harley didn't pay us to take these bikes. We took the bikes because they offered the bikes to us. And so the review of the bike is from our personal feeling. And If you think we're doing something to help support Harley, we are, because we love the brand. But at the same time, if you think, oh, Harley just paid you to take those and you're saying that because Harley paid you, no, go jump on a test ride.
Yeah,
And
you'll
tell
find out
me
yourself.
if I'm wrong. And
Yeah.
and hopefully the guy at the dealership, you can say, give me a little space so you can try a few things, so
Right.
you can go blow by him or something. I don't know.
No, we do it for the love of the ride and love of the bike. But if you watch our video that dropped with us going through Death Valley on these bikes, we're not talking about bike performance in every corner. We're showing you Death Valley
Right.
on beautiful bikes.
Yeah, we just kind of happened to be on different bikes.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And the paint, usually white in my experience, is a hard color to capture because it's reflecting so much light, it gets overexposed. And then some of the oranges can look a little odd, but the whiskey fire and the white in the bright sunlight and vibrant blues of Death Valley, you guys
I
got
don't
to check
know.
that one out.
I mean, I don't know if we're all going to be running around one day on CVOs, if we're all going to be on standards, what we're going to be doing as a touring bike that we rip around the country.
We'll figure that out in the next little bit, but
it's exciting to not know, but it's exciting. It'll be great to find out what it will be. Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice. We roll up that morning, do a little talk about the bikes. They had an Alpine green Street Glide there. They also had the shark skin Street Glide, and I think the Alpine green on the Street Glide looks good, but I think that shark skin is amazing, especially on the Street Glide.
Some of their gray and silver stuff was great too, but I tell you, I'm usually not a green guy, get a green bike, whatever, but this Alpine green out in the wild, it's pretty nice. It photographed nice. The green came through, and they have a little hint of orange on the tank, you know. And
yeah, I'm not a huge Street Glide guy, but the shark skin Street Glide was badass. I would ride one of those.
Really, you'd go away from the green because you've always been a green guy.
That Street Glide and the shark skin looked great.
You'd have to get a new tour pack.
If I were to get a Street Glide, I would do the shark skin.
Yeah, I like it.
If I were to do a road glide,
you'd get a shark skin.
So many choices. Maybe, I don't know. I like the shark skin, but those grays and silvers, that's kind of my deal. You know.
Well, let's talk about that platform a little bit. So it's a 117, but it's a different 117, right? On the CVO ST, it's a 121, but it's a different 121 than the VVT.
Right, because it doesn't have the VVT.
So it's and they've juiced that bad boy up a little bit. So
well, the 117, we're on 114s now. They've been fantastic bikes. They're powerful, they're fun. This 117 is better, built stronger than the other 117. So it's pretty awesome. When you ride that sucker, and I could go on that thing all day, and they get great. Both bikes get great gas mileage.
What was interesting is hopping on, sometimes when we're doing EagleRider trips and we're on those bikes, because there's not exhaust, you don't always feel that tactile rumble. It's kind of harder to determine the feeling. On these 117s, at first I thought, like, it's not crazy powerful, but then I realized how much longer first and second gear were, and how much pull you had in six in the top end that you might not have had on our previous 114s. And then on the CVO, they've changed that gear ratio completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gear and
the
tooth.
CVO ST, I should say.
Yeah, and the tooth on the belt, the sprocket. But I agree. I mean, I jumped on the 117 the next day, and I still, in sport mode, I had a lot of fun. You put it in highway mode, good gas mileage, as you were saying. Yes. Gas mileage, as you were saying. But there's still a lot of room in that engine, and I think from first to six, you're still that's a fun bike to ride as well. And with that tour pack on it, I could see we checked to see if the hat would fit, and it did.
Oh yeah,
it did.
Well, that was the Chop tour pack.
That was Chop.
I guess you can get both. There was a couple bikes there that had the full King tour pack, but the one thing that I would have to change on the bike, either bike I got, I'm really into toe and heel shifting.
Right.
I like to just boom, boom, boom down when you're going. And I would probably just put a double shifter on it.
Would you
That's-
change the suspension?
Probably drop in some cartridges in the front on
Those
the
Comfort
on the
Plus?
standard, the Comfort
Comfort?
Plus. I
Comfort.
mean, it's one of those things you can get the bike and ride it, and then start doing what you like personally to make the bike your own.
But they changed the suspension,
Yes.
and it's way better than the old stock stuff.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't bottom out once on day 2.
Right. We got to start finding a train track to jump.
Well, we jumped through some potholes, and the 190 was closed, so we had to get around and do some stuff there.
Yeah.
All right. Don't be, we can't be sharing too many secrets about this upcoming episode.
That's right.
But
So
we did travel quite some way to only find out that our only outlet was closed, and we'll leave it at that. You'll have to watch it.
but we figured it out, didn't we?
Where do they find their goods and parts and services?
Oh, like the people of the internet?
Yeah.
They go to the internet, which they're already on right now,
Okay.
and they go to that little thing up top and just type in 2LaneLIVE.com.
What happens starting Saturday?
Oh, the mystery boxes or mystery gifts.
Mystery gift.
Some could be a box, some could be other things, but every domestic order over 100 bones is getting a mystery gift of minimum $30 retail value. Some 70, some 100. You'll find out.
It's a mystery, isn't it?
It is indeed a mystery.
So we ate dinner that night at Smoking Jay's,
Josh's barbecue restaurant.
It's funny.
and we had a good dinner.
We had a couple comments today. People were hurt. People were offended down to the bones that I compared Smoking Jay's barbecue to Texas barbecue.
Really?
I'm serious. Yeah. People were like fucking almost unsubscribing. So my response was, it was better than the Texas barbecue that we tried on our motorcycle trip when we were in Texas. I've been to Texas and have better Texas barbecue, but the places we went to
I've been
on
to
that
Texas.
one particular trip, not very impressive. But Smoking Jay's, tell the story, Galen. How did that start? It ain't just some regular old barbecue joint. The dude has a story.
What's his story?
He said,
Well,
"Do
he didn't
barbecue
even
on
have
the
a
corner."
building. He was just smoking barbecue, smoking Jay's on the street with a big old spit or whatever. And then some guy was like, "Hey, you need a building." This is my interpretation of the story. Long story medium. Now they partnered up, and he's got some killer food. They've got like this jalapeno cheese sausage, this fall off the bone ribs, the brisket. They've got so much
Forks that snap when you're trying to cut them.
If you guys saw
Well,
that.
I love that part. I mean,
Yeah.
it does fall off the bone, but
Yeah. Laura laughed her ass off when he did that.
But as we always say, if you're serving a couple pieces of white bread on the tray, it's a real barbecue joint. You can build a sandwich any way you want.
Yep.
We did do an interview with him. If you go
Yes.
back to kind of our Death Valley, one of our Death Valley runs, you'll see the owner doing an interview with us. And I'm not going to kind of go against what your words were that on the video there, Josh. I mean, I think it was better than the Texas barbecue we had on that trip.
But we also went to, I don't even remember the
Now, don't call out Jason Cody.
Even
place-
though they took us there.
One of the places we went to was pretty good. It was a good barbecue joint. The first one was more that like cafeteria buffet
Right.
style.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't
Right.
right home about that one.
Hey, we've also eaten at the Big Texan, haven't we?
We have.
72 ounce.
Yeah. None of us did it.
Nope.
But so we had a good dinner there. Then we walk across the street to the good old standard. What was that? The Happy Burrow Chili and Beer.
Yeah.
And there was 12 people in there, and the room is actually, it's as big as the studio,
It is probably just about the same size.
like a 20 by 20 room.
Galen and I invested our life savings in a failing gold mine.
People are in there smoking cigarettes,
Including Josh.
including Josh.
I think that was a prop, though, wasn't it?
That was definitely
It was one of those candy ones where you blow and the
No,
smoke comes out.
it's like the studio ones. There's no real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think maybe it was a Marlboro Green or something.
I don't even know where I got that. Allegedly. I don't smoke.
Yeah.
But I think so. If you go back and look at our drops, right? We've done Death Valley probably 3 times. We had your son there with us. You and I went through there. We took the wives through there. So we probably have filmed that 3 times.
I heard the door.
That was Paulie.
Paul leaving.
You sure?
Yes, he
I
just
think he's
texted me.
gone.
Good.
Oh, did he text you?
He said, I'm heading out.
All right.
Thank you,
So-
boys. See you next week.
So back to the focus here,
Focus.
right?
Focus.
We have never come up through the southern entrance. We've come up southern through kind of Zabriskie Point, which is the borax fields,
Right.
but we've never come up through Badwater. And I think Josh we were looking up information on this, and the basin just does not have a lot of water in it at any given time. It's usually like 1,000-year occurrences. Now we've had 3 or 4 in the last 20 years, but generally speaking, that's a very rare occasion. There is a little creek that kind of fills it a little bit, but there's not a lot of water in it. And it was interesting to me that the last time we saw water in Death Valley was before we started the channel, and it was up more towards Stovepipe Well.
Yeah.
So this is, just for perspective, is about 50 miles away from Badwater, which is this massive, used to be a great lake. And I mean, probably for 15, I don't know what it was, miles coming up in there was water all over the place on the left-hand side.
It was amazing. But you know what? We've been through Death Valley a lot, and I've never been through there when we've had a bad time. It's always something really cool, especially we go in the spring and the winter, and you get to see these colors in the clouds and the snow-capped mountains. And it's amazing. If you haven't been to Death Valley, get on your bike and go check it out. I'm telling you, you'll be stoked.
Well, and we like doing it this time of year.
Yeah.
It's a little cool,
Yeah.
but it's way better than being 120 degrees.
But weren't we freezing getting into town?
It was cold.
It was cold, man. The
It
last
wasn't
stretch.
freezing, but it was cold.
Oof.
I mean, aren't you the one saying, prepare yourself for the cold? I only
Yes.
wear t-shirts.
Oh, I was there and I did it, but it was a fingertip nipper,
A what?
fingertip nipper.
Mhm. We had a couple questions. Are you going to Daytona? Are you going to Laconia? Are you coming to Alabama? Or when are you coming to Alabama? So, drum roll.
Sweet home, Alabama.
Sweet.
You know what? We have our stuff that we have planned. Daytona's up in the air still.
Probably
we
no
don't know.
Laconia this.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of things planned. We're trying to do a ride with Justin and Maggie, where we go down the Route 666 highway, which is
Is that 191?
now it's the 190.
The Devil's Highway.
192.
Yeah.
Where they're going to be on Pan Americas, we're going to be on our bikes, and we meet up and kind of work our way together and show a different perspective of how we both got to the same place. We've got trying to get to Philadelphia sometime in May with the Fletcher Street Cowboys. If you haven't looked those guys up, what a cool organization. Gentleman started this thing some 60 years ago. I think he's in his 80s right now. He's still alive.
But hey, you know what?
Um,
Looking at that, the 120th Sturgis Durango. I mean,
Yeah.
these things are going to be boom back to back. But we're going to be in Durango. That's exciting. I forgot about that.
We're doing a deal with Durango, and I think what will end up happening there is we're going to put together a ride raffle, and I think the first, 15 or 20 people that
I think it's
not
15.
the first, but we'll raffle off 15 or 20 positions to ride with us.
I think it's 15 or 20 or 100 or 200.
No,
I
it's
forget
not
how.
100
I
or
think
200.
500 people following us on the $1
I think it's
Million Highway.
1,000.
No,
Is it 1,000?
Right? Yeah.
Just burning out Billy's.
Just burning out Billy.
but at the same time, we're also working with EagleRider. We're trying to put together an EagleRider drop where it's a ride with 2LaneLIVE. Probably from Nevada to California.
It's going to be one of the Western
It's going to be part of the Western tour, late or early mid-October. So early or mid-October, I should say.
So we have 2 times this season where you can have a chance to actually join us on a ride.
And then we did have a comment saying that we need to ride more. So, boys, we need to get it together and actually put down some miles, because right now, my dude John with some beer money. Shout out to Cycle Fanatics. He is the man, John.
1999.
Is that a tax thing? You didn't want to go with the full 20, homie? We love
That's
that.
so funny.
Thanks,
Shout out to
dude.
John. Thanks, my man.
John, you are the content king, man. You are putting the shit down with these 2024s. I love it. We really loved. I mean, I know you revealed the CVO ST. Man, what a bike! I mean, we got off. We text Matt, and I'm like, I want one of those right now. It's just so great. I know you had a good time on it as well, and thanks for the beer money.
Oh man. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I think the Durango rally, we did have a really good time there. I just wanted to go back to that. Beautiful countryside, the $1 Million Highway. I love going into the small towns, the trains, maybe we take a train ride there too.
We could, and we haven't really not done the full loop.
Right.
So we could go up, come back through Ouray, then Vale, and come back down around. There's an actual whole loop that
I'd like to spend the night in Ouray.
I would too.
That was a cool.
Yeah, that's a cool
town.
little town.
We busted through it in rain on the way to Sturgis.
Yep.
But when we were in the town, it was beautiful.
Oh, I want to go to Ouray. Ouray or Ouray?
Ouray.
Hooray.
Hoorah. Yeah.
That was a cool one. It would even be cool. What was that? Silver City?
Silverton.
That one was a good one as well. Lots of history.
A lot of nicely color painted buildings.
Yep.
You know, but I'm looking forward to I hate to say it, as the year goes on, it gets better and better, you know.
Sturgis,
I don't want to push time away, because time is, you need your time, but it's going to just get fun all year.
Oh, well, since you're talking about time, happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
Lance turned 38 on.
Yeah.
Or 32 for the second time.
Yeah. Thank you for all the wishes, everyone. Thank you very much. It was nice of you.
And you're heading out this weekend?
Yeah, we're going to leave tomorrow. We're going to get in the Jeep because it's a lot of snow out there. But Laura and I are just going to take a quick little weekend. We're going to go to Prescott and Williams.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
We're just going to hang. We might even look at, we might go to a real estate office and check some shit. You never know.
2LaneLIVE moves headquarters.
Yeah.
Where? I'll hold it
Williams.
down for you.
Yeah.
A little 6-hour commute both ways.
Yeah.
We'll just get a compound out there.
Yeah, I'm down.
Right?
I'm down.
We'll put gates up.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I can work remote.
Live off the land.
Yeah.
Live studio.
Livestock studio.
Warehouse
Taxes, car registration, health insurance. It's all cheaper. And the
Take
people
your
are better.
pick. What bike you want to go on today?
Let's go to Arizona.
Let's go. Let's move it.
All right. Sounds good, boys. Say no more.
Have you seen Yogurt on there yet?
Yeah, he was here from the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
Shannon. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of our guest that we're going to have next week, his name is Jaime Camille. If you want to go look him up, really kind of interesting story. Just as early as 3 weeks ago, roughly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we get this gentleman walking in the door. He's got this just great, gregarious personality and smile, and
he's like 6'1". He's a big guy.
Or 6'1", yeah. Very, very nice and a wonderful person, and didn't realize exactly who he was at first.
Right.
But he's a very famous Latin actor. He's on Jane the Virgin. That was a show that was here in the U.S. I don't know if it's still. I don't think it's still running.
I'm not entirely sure, but he's been on a ton of stuff.
He's been on a ton of stuff, but he picked up a
Lowrider
ST, and so appreciate Josh's help, because Josh has really kind of guided him through a lot of the parts and upgrades he's doing to the bike. And so we're going to have him in next week. He's got a hell of a story. And I want to thank the guests that have been on and the guests that are coming on. You said it at the beginning of the piece here. I mean, we've been really blessed to have some really incredible people on.
Right.
And most recently, we had the gentleman in here yesterday. We'll get him on a live, but they went and watched Fast Eddie's.
Yeah.
And we're so impressed with what Eddie did to come out and tell his story publicly, and used our forum to do that. And I sent a couple things to Eddie, and Eddie was like, man, I just appreciate you guys being there to help me through it. And we had Ray Ripple. We've had so many incredible people to share, and so tomorrow, next week's going to be another just incredible guest. I can't wait.
And speaking of incredible people, we've got Matt Webb with some beer money.
What?
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. You're the
We
man.
made
Thanks,
$30 tonight.
Yeah, he said drink one for me,
$29.99
boys.
John wouldn't round up to 20.
He said that was his only option, but I don't buy it. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate the support.
Thanks, Matt.
Sweet home Alabama.
That's right. Oh man, it's we're sitting here today, and it's all about motorcycles. It's all around motorcycles. It just whether we're in the warehouse, whether we're on a trip, it's this motorcycle platform has changed what we do on the daily. Interesting.
So we got an interesting one here from Andrew. Hello from the UK. I do an annual 2-week motorcycle trip flying into Vegas. I've done lots of miles over the years, but loved the loneliest road last year. What do you like north of there?
I don't know, but the loneliest was great. North meaning north.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much more to do. Like, I mean,
Yellowstone.
Even if you stayed north in Nevada and went up through
Wait a second.
Twin Falls.
Is this the place? The Munch Box? Is that the place?
Yeah,
down the boulevard.
That's
no way.
Oh, that's
what?
That OG burger joint.
Yeah, Galen and I stopped there and had a burger a couple days ago.
Oh,
and
the
guy was cooking. I guess he might be the owner. He's like, "Oh, I love you guys." We gave him a postcard.
They have the best burgers.
Sorry to cut you off. I'm like, I know that's local.
No, you got to go check them out.
Lunchbox.
Because we should put their address and stuff in the links if you can. I mean, this place, if you're in Southern California, San Fernando Valley, this place has been around. It's actually historical.
Yes.
Right? The building.
It's a historical marker.
Yeah. Like was it 1926? Something like that.
Yeah.
But a classic 1950s hamburger stand built in 1956.
56.
Yep.
But it is actually a marker. It's a spot.
Oh, you know what's funny is I clicked on website thinking that it was like their restaurant website, and it is the historical marker database website. So you guys hit this link right here and check it out. It's pretty cool.
So we get a free burger?
I'm always up for free burgers.
We'll have to take you up on that next week. These two boys are leaving out of town Friday, tomorrow.
Look at that. Even Sean Pelletier has tried.
We'll be back Sunday.
Lunchbox.
I saw Full Throttle Hog on there, right?
Yes. Say good evening, boys.
66. Love you guys. Thanks for your kind words. Thank you for the burger. Thanks for filling our bellies the other day.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Here it is.
Hey, Ryan, we did watch your drop there. That was
oh, that's him.
Yeah,
nice.
That was pretty cool. We actually loved the part where you were getting out of town with the snow, because we've been in that snow many times, but I really do wonder what happened to those bikes that were on the side of the road. It'd be interesting to find that out. But great job, great premiere, and great movie. Put a lot of time into that, and way to promote it. So
are you guys related? You got the same
I'm sure
last
we are
name
somewhere.
Anderson.
I mean, we talked about that when we were on a call with him, but
yeah.
I mean, somewhere down the line, because he's an ON as well. He's not an EM. So who knows?
So back to UK. Go to Yellowstone. Go that far north.
Yep,
that'll blow your mind.
I mean, the Pacific Northwest. I mean, if you go up through like the Columbia Gorge and Oregon and the coast, and I mean, there's even if what's the Beartooth Pass, Lolo Pass. I mean, there's so many incredible roads.
But Yellowstone, if you want to see bison roaming on the range,
we haven't done Lolo Pass, right? That's some you've done it. I'm sure
we've done it before we filmed.
We did it before you were born. Before you were born into the 2LaneLIVE family.
Nice, but that's on the list.
Dork dropped you off.
Yeah, that's how I was.
There was no pregnancy.
He was on the front door
button, boys.
with a limp leg and a note from his mom saying, "This guy's a pain in the ass. Will you guys take him?"
Kind of partly true.
Yeah,
I think
there was another one. What's that kind of fancy pants part of Idaho?
Lewiston?
No.
Fancy pants?
Maybe it's not. It's very beautiful, and
Coeur d'Alene?
Coeur d'Alene, yeah. I can't even think of my own name today. So Coeur d'Alene, I would like to see. Lolo Pass, I would like to see.
Yeah,
Um,
there's some great riding up in northern Idaho, crossing into Washington, which we have not done yet.
Yeah, I would like to do some real high Pacific Northwest stuff, like on the actual coast. Oregon coast
Sun
would be
Valley, right?
that's
Yogurt. What
yeah.
another great spot. Salmon. If you travel up through the Salmon River and watch through the, oh my God, and we didn't film this, but I took you guys through the craters of the moon up in
Yeah,
Idaho,
we
which
did.
we didn't film it.
We just Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Wyoming as well. You know, we've been on the plains of Wyoming and rolling the hills. Every year we're there because of Sturgis. You got to go through there some way or another. And it's always one of the spots
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting.
I've kind of, I mean, my father wasn't a big fan of Wyoming. It was just a big plain of wind and nothing.
But remember though, at the end of it, on the east end of it,
I
that
know. So
canyon
I'm going to say I kind of have gotten a little bit more attracted to Wyoming over the years, but out of the 7 or 8 years we've gone to Sturgis, there's probably 5 of them where, like, I remember Cole Seeley just going, "Get me out of the wind. Like, I'm tired of this."
Yeah. Yeah, but he's kind of a pussy.
And a big one today. The industry lost a real one today. So shout out to Daryl Bassani and all his
100%.
work in the industry and the culture and impacting so many great people. So shout out.
Yeah,
to-
Daryl, we had some fun with you, man. Been to your place. We've ridden with you in Sturgis.
You've yelled at us.
Yeah, Galen and I chased you out of the parking lot at a show once, and you know.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to someone today earlier, and it's like that's an icon in the motorcycle
Yeah.
industry for sure. And
Yeah.
and just a crazy,
Yeah.
good loving guy. And unfortunately, he's been ill for a little bit.
Someone just said he passed us in Wyoming.
that
Someone just said
Shags M8 Shags M8.
Oh. So yeah, Daryl.
Yeah.
Daryl was a funny guy, fun guy.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see what happens with Bassani. I hope that legacy, they make some good stuff, and I hope that continues.
Yeah, I think
so we
it
need their
will.
stuff.
Because I know the place was running and doing its thing, and he was kind of there less and less.
Yeah. Yeah. So, wow, what a crazy show. I mean, we should have given him a little respect up front too. I didn't even think about that with Joe. We missed Joe 2 weeks ago or a week ago when we went live
on Drew's live.
Yeah, we were going to do something there and we just completely blanked it. So because of what he's done and supported us, we wanted to really pay homage to him, but the same to Daryl.
Yeah.
Big time.
We had to give a little bit of moment of silence right now. Naturally,
We can.
No, we did. People understand.
And Toby Keith.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Now that was yesterday.
I didn't
right?
realize he was as bad as he was, but he had cancer, stomach cancer for a while, and it really.
He played 2 shows in December this year. He said he wasn't going to stop till he had to stop.
Good man.
So he was a patriot, true patriot, true American.
Well, he was a roughneck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what started his deal, and he would carry a guitar with him and could sing, and he didn't take shit from anyone.
No.
And like 9/11 came, and he just went after it, and you just have to admire and respect some of that, you know.
So LC, you got a little bit of a heads up right here from Curtis Martin. He lives in Prescott Valley, and the weather sucks right now.
That's kind of why I'm going there. I like weather that sucks, and it's cold and snow and windy and whatever. But hey, you know, we'll see what happens.
There you have it, folks.
I'm not going to be on my bike this time, so it's okay.
Well, just because you're in a Jeep doesn't mean it's okay.
Nah,
I'm just telling you.
Hey,
I know.
It's going to be fun.
True Oklahoma boy. Rest in peace. We flew him around Iraq years back for his USO shows. That was incredible.
Yeah, he gave back a lot that way as well.
Awesome.
So look, next week's going to be fun with Jaime. We have the drop second day of our ride back from Death Valley. I mean, look, this weekend you're going to have a mystery gift in orders over $100. We'll be putting stuff in packages.
That's great.
And everyone that supported Harley Drew, his event, it was great to see that, and the give back to the children there. So, I mean, we've just got the best following of people that you could ever ask for.
We do.
And you said earlier something about motorcycles, but we don't always talk just about the bike. And I think the stories, if you go back and really pay attention to our lives, we are drawing some stories out of people that are just not bike related. The bike helps with the therapy of it, but the story is impactful. It's deep, it's insightful. And everyone that has shared has changed people's lives out there. And it's okay. Like Lance said at the beginning of the show, call your friend, check on them, see how things are going.
Hell, you can call us if you need to.
No,
Seriously.
don't call us. No, 100%. And the amount of outreach that we've had from people positively is just, it's been something we never expected. And we talk about that all the time, but it just really, even yesterday, and we're with people that are in the top 100 influential people in the country. Right. And we're having a conversation with them about things, and it gets deep, and
then they hug us,
and it's a hug, and hey, let's get you on, and let's be friends, and let's go for a ride.
So all you guys out there, your family, you're part of our group. We dig having you guys on board with us. And remember, when we're riding, we're showing you guys all this stuff, and we have these different bikes. If you have any questions, you want to know stuff on those bikes, hit us up. We'll tell you.
818-207-7084. 818-207-7084.
Or the shop number is 818-818-5069.
Say it again.
818-818-5069.
And you know what's cool about the mystery gifts? We're going to pack them. We're going to pick them.
You're going to pick them.
This is getting weird because he went from sliding petrified logs to I'm going to pack them and I'm going to pick them.
You knew he'd take that.
Oh, man. Really?
And info@2LaneLIVE is my email. But so you can email Galen at 2LaneLIVE.com so I can finish your videos.
How about some Metamucil?
Metamucil. My nose has been stuck for 9 years.
We're now sponsored by Metamucil. Make your colon clean.
Yes, and
I thought that was a nose fucking nose thing.
What if one of the nah.
What? Are we done here?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out 2LaneLIVE.com. We got V-Twin Parts. We've updated the blog section of our website. We got rides and maps and eats and stays and hotels and people and stories and all that good stuff.
You know what's interesting? Real quick, what's really interesting is we didn't schedule a guest for this Thursday, and we talked about us three just going on once in a while like this. It was kind of interesting because I felt that we weren't talking to a guest. We were actually talking to all these guests.
I know.
It was like,
it's nice.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
It's nice having guests.
Yeah.
But it's nice just having a chat and
having all of them.
Thank you, EagleRider and Law Tigers.
Yeah. What if I sent out like 100 invite links to join the stream and we just have a big old grid of people?
Could you ever do that where you could bring someone in for they get 30 seconds, they're in, and boom.
We've done that before, I think, right? I think that was on Instagram.
I mean, how would that be? Hey,
so
John,
the only problem with that on this is it's one link. So you'd have to send it to someone privately. Otherwise, if you put it in this chat, you'd have.
No, that's what I mean. We get like 20 people and send each one a link and say, we're going to let you in at a certain time, but one at a time on the screen. And they get a 30-second window to hang out with us.
I'll put you in charge of logistics and we can do it.
All right.
Or they could just comment and be with us.
Yeah, but they could be on the screen, They
don't want to be on the screen. They're afraid of the screen.
Well, we'll break the ice. As soon as we see their face on the screen. As soon as we'll break the ice. As soon as we see their face, we'll flip them off.
Whoa.
They'll laugh, and then we'll have a good time.
You do make a good point. All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Subscribe, he saw that one for sure.
My eyes are good. Anyway, so subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell your friends. You got to watch our videos, man. It really helps us.
Give us a like.
And we'll see you
down the road.